Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Verse number 49 from chapter Al-Baqarah is saying, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَإِذْ نَجَّيْنَاكُمْ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَسُومُونَكُمْ سُوءَ الْعَذَابِ يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ وفي ذلكم بلاء من ربكم عظيم. In this verse, Allah is continuing to talk to children of Israel, the Jewish people, and saying them that they have been bestowed by the favors of Allah, and He is now talking about those favors one by one. Some of the favors, of course, He is touching them and leaving so many of them for them to recall by themselves, and they are not brought in the book. So here in 49, Allah is reminding them that, remember, O children of Israel, when we delivered you, we get you out of the Pharaoh's people confinement that he had put you in, and freed you from Pharaoh's folk. Pharaoh had made them slave and kept them in captivity and used them as slave and like animal of burden, and all the hard works of the city and the government's people, all were done by these slaves, and these people, Jewish people, were the main slave of Pharaoh, and they kept them confined and with so many restrictions and so many other chastisement, or we can say punishment, or we can say affliction and calamity and disaster and misery and whatever we can count in the world of the bad word for somebody's life. They were all were occurring according to the history and according to the book. In this ayah, this is one verse, but it is showing us a part of history that is also confirming the history, and also a part of the Quranic scripture, and also part of the scripture before, and it is confirming those scriptures and history, and all these things are done with these ayat, or these verses that are coming, and one of them is this 49, and it is just a short picture of the era that was at that time, at the Pharaoh's time, and the people of Jewish, they were being there were like this. And Allah is saying that, remember, O Jewish people, is najaynakum min ali Fir'aun, we delivered you from the people of Pharaoh, the folk of Pharaoh, people who were their worker, of course, those who had authority there. All of them are called Ali Fir'aun, means whosoever is supporter of Pharaoh and was of his part of his system, he is called Ali Fir'aun. What they were doing, O Allah, if you delivered them, what were happening there? yasumunakum su'al azab. They were dealing you with so much of chastisement and a hardship that cannot be endured. Such an hardship was put upon those people, and that was the condition. And Allah is explaining more this condition, how hardship was that. If we say this was a big chastisement and something painful chastisement, what was that? That Allah is explaining it and telling us more detail of that as yuzabbihuna abnaakum. Pharaoh's order was that because he was given a forecast or prophecy, foreseer of that time, they had told Pharaoh that there will be someone that will make your all system down and oust you, and this kingdom will be destroyed and you will be destroyed by him. So he was trying to destroy that person, that child, before he can do anything. So he was trying that. In trying that, he was ordering, because that child was, as the foreseer said, male person. So he ordered that all newborn should be slaughtered, and they were doing that for a long time. And he ordered them like that. And of course, after a while, when they saw that if they do this, they will not have workers for their chores and their works, and who will do all those mean works that they were doing for them as a slave. So they stopped it for 1 year and they did it the other year. The order was given like that from Pharaoh, and this continued for years. And the other thing that they were doing, as Quran says and as history also tell us, is that yuzabbihuna abna'akum wa yastahyuna nisa'akum. And the other act that they were doing to people of Israel, Jewish people, that they, as traditional meaning is saying, that they were keeping their women alive, slaughtering the males, son, and keeping the women alive. And here should be mentioned that this meaning is actually not correct. Though traditionally most of the interpreter and most of the translator, they have given this meaning to وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ, and they were keeping alive your women. But when we see the usage of this word istihya in Quran, in some other verses and ayat, it doesn't match this meaning, and it has another meaning. And there is a rational for that. There are rational for that too, because yastahyuna nisaakum, if we mean by that they were keeping women alive, so they were doing nothing. If you keep women alive, so you are doing nothing. Women are alive, and other men who are older, they are alive. So they are also they kept them alive. They were only slaughtering their son, as Allah is saying here, abna'akum, and not all the men. But here it is saying that وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ, and not saying the banatakum, that yastahyuna banatakum, that your female child were kept alive. It is not saying like that. It is saying nisa'akum, and the word is used is istihya, yastahyuna, and the same word is used in previous ayat that we have read it before. Inna Allaha la yastahyi an yazriba masalam ma ba'udatan. There the same word is used, la yastahyi, and another verse also the same word is used when one of the daughter of Shu'aib, the Prophet Shu'aib, came to Moses as the story is told by Quran, and there it quotes like that فَجَاءَتْ إِحْدَاهُمَا عَلَى إِسْتِحْيَاءٍ, the same version of the haya is used there too, istihya. So the meaning is the same at the all points. So what that meaning would be, and what is meant here as inna Allah la yastahyi means Allah is not ashamed. There will be no ashame for him. He is not feeling ashamed. And here when we say وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ, they were bringing the women of Israel to feel shy and shamed. They were doing acts to the women that they felt it shameful for them. And this was something that they were doing to the women, and not just keeping them alive. It means that they were bringing them to their programs or their meetings and their parties, and their using them and having fun with them, and so many, whatever they could do as a female, and they were using them, exploiting the women. This is what it is meant here, that was causing them, causing these women and also Israelis a shameful condition, that become a shameful act for them, and they were shy and they were embarrassed totally. And this condition what is meant here. Otherwise it doesn't mean that if you the word, actually word for keeping alive is yuhayyuna nisa'akum, yuhyuna nisa'akum, not yastahyuna nisa'akum. It is not from hayya, means life. That is not, this word is not coming from hayya, it is coming from hayya, means that shame and shy and pudency. That is the real meaning of hayya, and that is what it is meant here, and it should be like that. Otherwise this is does not have any meaning here. Yastahyuna nisa'akum, they are already, they are alive, and they don't, they did not make them alive. And also the word against abna, the parallel for that, it should be banat and not nisa. Nisa is a mature one, a female who is a mature person, and he is a big one. He is in age somehow senior. It is not like son, like abna, who is only on his early age. So here it cannot be that meaning which is traditionally done by so many of these translators. And I request a research by those who are researcher, to do a research and see it again and again, and they will find that this is the meaning that they had done is not correct, and they understood it wrongly. And this kind of wrong meaning is done in the interpretation so much, and the books are full of this kind of things, and this should be revisited. And the people who have this ability to do that, they should do that and make a research and go further deep to the meaning of the word and how it is used here. And Allah is saying, وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ. So, وَسَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ means that they were doing with your women things which were so much shameful for them. They caused them to become ashamed and embarrassed. وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ بَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ. And that was a big chastisement or trial from your Lord. And that was a big one. Azim means very, very heavy and very ponderous, we say. وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ بَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ. That was a grievous trial for you, and that was from your Lord. And when Allah is saying from your Lord, it has meaning that inshallah we will do when sometime comes to this point, that how every action or reaction, what is happening to us, how it happens to us, and what are the reason for that. Inshallah, next ayah we will do it in the next session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.